Fair. And like the education sessions are often awesome too.
Right.
So I would say like have it be education, have it be a book fair, have the book fair be designed in a way where like booksellers can still get what they need and still get samples and still get time with publishers. Like maybe there's like split hours or something. Have some kind of incentive structure so that like publishers and booksellers can both sell books alongside each other. I think it could be really fun. And focus on the parties.
Hi, I'm Joe Beal, the founder and CEO of Microcosm Publishing. I'm also the author of A People's Guide to Publishing, which distills what I've learned from selling millions of books over the past 28 years.
I'm Elly Blue, the vice president of Microcosm. We started this podcast to share what we've learned with newer publishers, so you can learn from our mistakes. Or maybe you just want to learn about the publishing industry.
So, what do you like best about trade shows? I'm taking your role now.
Thanks for asking that. Such a perspicacious question, Joe.
I don't even know that word.
I love the atmosphere of booksellers and publishers, just like book people nerding out about books. It feels good. It's like a big family reunion. You know, you go to one. Once you've been to one, every time you go back, you'll see the same people, and it might be the only time that year you see them.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. Just the camaraderie and connections that you make.
True. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it is interesting because when you interact with customer service at a publisher, it's usually because something went wrong or you're talking to somebody that's, like, way too busy, and you kind of get the impression that you're a nuisance. And then at these shows, you see the salespeople, and it's actually, like, a much more positive experience because you see them, even at the big companies, they deeply care about the books. And that was very fascinating to me, you know, like, just, like, how stark that duality is, that, like, you know, if you never, and because we don't get, for whatever reason, sales calls, and so, from a lot of publishers, we get them from some, but, there's some people that, like, just don't do it, and so, like, we see the books better at these shows than we do in our normal, like, day of business. And that, so it's, like, fascinating to, like, watch them just be, like, so into it.
Yeah, seeing what people are doing, how they're promoting their books, how they're talking about their books is educational as well. Mm-hmm. Like, kind of getting to see how other people run their business. Mm-hmm. The benefit that I notice a lot of people get from trade shows their first time they go is they're like, oh, I'm surrounded by free books. And it's like, you have to ask before you take anything. But, like, sometimes, like, an author will bring their friend and you'll just see them, like, with a glazed eye and a huge grin with, like, 2 giant shopping bags full of galleys that you know they're not going to read, but they, like, can't help themselves. Yeah. So, yeah, free books is another benefit. Though after you've been to a few, you're like, please don't give me any more books.
There's a few times where I've witnessed it where, like, people just happen to be in the hotel unrelated to the event and, like, wander in and are like,
oh my god,
the book is just free? Like, why? And then the, you know, the author, like, not understanding what's going wrong is like, yeah, the book is just free. Take one. Do you want me to sign it? And the person is like, yes.
So, like, and I guess the other thing that is supposed to happen at trade shows but doesn't really anymore is you're supposed to be selling books to bookstores. Bookstores placing orders from publishers. That was the way of it 10 years ago when I started. That it doesn't... I don't know anyone who's placed an order or written an order at a trade show in years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's an interesting shift. When we cut back, as we discussed on our previous episode, we went to many fewer shows in 2024 than we did in 2023. And a lot of that was just because, like, we were not seeing the returns and the rewards, at least not, like, commensurate with the costs, you know.
Yeah.
So, but we did attend Heartland Fall Forum this year, and we did an educational workshop about various ways of doing, like, cross merchandising displays in a bookstore. So, like, that's like building visual displays that are more than just books, basically.
Yeah.
And that was, like, well received, and then quite a few people assumed that I was going to PNBA, which was in Portland, And so then eventually, shout out to Chris Vega, whose idea was for us to film episodes there instead of be at the table, and we liked that idea, so we did it, and then Chris didn't end up coming, which was a bummer.
Hi, Chris.
But nonetheless, we did that, and that was cool, and, I don't have regrets about that. I taught a workshop about being a neurodiverse-friendly employer. That was great. That was well-received. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what would you like to be different about trade shows?
Oh, thanks for asking, because I do have a vision.
Oh, you do? All right. Well, glad I brought you here.
I would say give everybody more of what they actually want. So, like, fewer, I don't know. No, I take that back. Wait, can I roll that back? Can we delete that?
You can do whatever you want. But
First of all,
staying on the tape.
Center it around selling books. So, like, have a public day, give people what they want, open it to the public, and invite publishers and bookstores to come sell books there. Like, have a public day. That almost never happens. Some trade shows actively discourage you from selling books. We often do anyway, but they it's all about giving books away for free to the people that are most interested in them. And I would say, focus on selling books and raising public profile of book selling and publishing. That's my main idea.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think about this like that is so normalized within the industry that everything is free that I think people had forgotten why we're there. Because it's allegedly about discoverability now that order writing doesn't happen. But then, like, the thing that I struck upon was that I was like, but if everybody's already written their orders by now, wouldn't they have discovered the books already too? Like, I just don't grasp the logic here. So, and then I did talk to one association head where I'm like, what if we did the event before people had written their orders so they could like go back to writing orders at the event?
Ooh, have the events earlier. So that's your idea. That's a great idea.
And, because again, then it would be easier to see the like cost benefit analysis of like, is this working? And then, there's to some degree you like get feedback and all that, and bookstores are busy, and I don't know, it's a weird thing to have that excuse, though, like, I already ordered, or I'll get it to you later, or like you don't know who's ordering on Ingram. So like something to chain it back to the value chain of why we're all there.
Yes. I love that. And also, I would be interested, we didn't get a lot of booksellers to talk to us at PNBA, but I'd be interested in like whether they're getting what they need out of the event too, because they also have a lot of costs to travel to these events unless it's in their town. Staffing, labor cost is real. Like, a lot of people don't take that into account for events, but your time has value.
Hopefully.
So like, what is the math for booksellers? Like, are we all just going because it's a fun party, or like what can be done so it's like actually worth everybody's time?
Yeah, and I hear it a lot from people that are like, oh, I just like wrapped my vacation around this and like brought my husband. And I'm like, that's cool, but like, is that where you would want to go on vacation? Or is that something that you're like doing to try and make it work? And I heard a lot of people in the episodes have like various ways of couching the fact that like they have a very low bar and they're not meeting that threshold.
I would also say, like, sliding scale costs for attendees, like, especially for publishers exhibiting. You have people who just started, they have published 1 to 5 books, they're paying the same amount for their table as, like, a company owned by billionaires. Right.
And like, more to the point, like, a company that has incredible capability to pay is underpaying.
Yes.
Like, what they would be willing and able to pay.
Yeah, so it ends up, and it's like, those companies, I don't know how I'm sure they do math. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be sure. Shoot.
They do, but it's just very tiny numbers.
It's like a rounding error for them.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, it's like if we had not spent $20,000 on trade shows more than we earned in orders last year, we could have given everyone on our staff a 4% raise for the year.
Then there's that.
Which would have changed a lot of people's realities.
Yep.
Somewhat. So, anyway, that's our grim math of trade shows. But I do think, like, I mean, another thing is, like, just have it be a party.
Thanks for joining us once again.
Please send your questions to podcast@microcosmpublishing.com so we can answer them on future episodes.
And please give us 5 stars on iTunes and everywhere else that podcasts are reviewed.
You can find us on the internet at microcosm.pub,
on Twitter at Microcosm,
on Facebook at Microcosm Publishing,
on Instagram at Microcosm_pub,
and here in Portland, Oregon on North Williams Avenue.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful week.